Mana live?
Welcome back in, everyone. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's been a tight game throughout, and it remains that way as we pick up the action in the fourth quarter. Second and seven. Looking to pass. Tua. Out to that thing here to Wilson. That first down pick up of 8. Catch number 100 for his career right there. It's good enough to keep the chains moving. So a little more space to work here from the team first and 10. Here's Tua. A short throw there to Smith, the tight end.
Nice rhythm throw there. First down, he located his tight end, made it nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle him, Joe wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Tua wants to throw it on second down. Pass complete to Andy Collins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40, but he's taken down. Here's Tua. Flag on the change. He's got to get 6. Being down 7 and an 8 yard. Here's second and a yard. Tua. This is caught by Collins. Now the Dolphins get rid of the first of their timeouts. As they get just under 90 seconds remaining.
What?
Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. Now Tua. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they know anything less than a touchdown here at this late stage is going to be no good. They were going for it all right there, but it was just too hard to adjust to that one in the air, and it winds up incomplete.
And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Tagovailoa. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Tuesday, let's go.
This is second and 1. Here's Tua.
Pick. Let's go, boys.
Back out of the field. And this one all with the shouting, you might say. There's no time remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
That's what they would use strictly for pride.
Looks like it's here. First and 10. And this one complete to Smith. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they step out with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. From the gun, it's Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They go play action.
Oh, that's bullshit. That is crap.
And the Dolphins It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Tressway on fourth down is sent out to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved? Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Hurts. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Ron Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Catch is made by Metcalf. He's across midfield. And running with power here. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Hurts throw caught here by Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Throwing. Brissett sets up the screen to Robinson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. It's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is, despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late.
First down, Eagles.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Incomplete. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. To throw is Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Breaks through the contact. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Brissett now. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
This is taken at the 15. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. Last drive, the touchdown, 4 catches. Really good. He was. They were not good on the other side trying to stop him. What do they need to do?
Well, this is where the entire staff has to get involved because we always focus on the defensive coordinator. But he needs help.
Now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge.
The previous play is under review.
And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Here's Hurts to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. These 2 teams have met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line.
And an Eagle 1st down.
Throwing is Hurts. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, it would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards, the final tally. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Touchdown, Eagles. Isaiah Likely. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this 1st half. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Washington offense set to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice the 2-minute drill all through camp. and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's a diving catch right side. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
Who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover.
32-yard line.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Hey, kill.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And that's incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight, planted their feet, and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
Here's Brissett. And his pass incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Brissett. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Again, it's Brissett. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Eagles' 2-yard line.
They motion the running back out left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game.
Commanders 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That is caught. He'll have the 1st down and more than that. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. On 1st down, Hurts. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 2-point conversions? That's difficult.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Another Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
A give up the middle to Gibson. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. They'll run with Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll let Robinson try and run. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Play action. Here's Hurts. Goes right back to Smith again. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Hurts throw caught here by Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Hurts. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Throwing is Hurts. And he's got it. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. But he will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Jake Elliott to kick off for
Now after the
Philadelphia.
touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Washington offense set to take over again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's 2nd and 10. Brissett. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play.
It's now 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Brissett going to move him around here. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Elliott good with a PAT. It was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts, escaping the pressure right. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
Kill. We're 19.
First down, Brissett. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nakobe Dean picks up his second sack of the afternoon. A second down throw for Brissett. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Brandon Jones, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles' defense able to hold. The Eagles' offense set to begin their next drive. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a